Hello and welcome to Shanghai Eye. I'm Timothy Pope.
And I'm Chen Xuan.
Monday through Friday here on Dragon TV, we bring you stories to explore and decode China, and we focus a lot on Shanghai.
We'll look at business, tech, urban life, arts and culture and sports, and we're going to provide you with our top tips on work, study life and travel in China.
A new product called the Shanghai Pass has been issued in Shanghai to help people, especially foreigners, get around the city more easily. It can be used on public transport, to get into tourist attractions and even in some convenience and department stores. And no ID is needed to purchase the card. Let's take a look.
So you've just arrived in Shanghai and you've decided you want to spend a couple of days in the city, but you've been told cash doesn't really work here that well. Now the best two options are to download WeChat or Alipay, but maybe you don't want to go through all of the authentication procedures with that, submitting your passport, other information and whatnot. Well, now there's another option for you. Follow me.
This is the Shanghai Pass. You can get one at either of Shanghai's 2 airports or in different subway stations across town. It's basically like a standard transit card that you can charge up and use, but it has a lot of added features.
All right, we're good to go.
The card can be used in taxis, on subways, ferries, buses, and even double-decker tour buses. When you buy a tour bus ticket, they give you a set of earphones to plug into a console in front of every seat. The recording gives you details on the landmarks along the bus route. The card also works at some convenience stores, restaurants, and shopping malls.
Refrigerator magnets always make great souvenirs, so let's get one of these.
You can use it to get into tourist attractions.
These are the grand halls on the banks of the Huangpu River. You've got a spectacular view of the river from here. And they do a pretty good afternoon tea. You can pay for it with your Shanghai Pass. Now the grand halls are actually only open to the public 1 day per month, where they can tour the grounds and look at the installations and the art. But if you come here and get the afternoon tea using a Shanghai Pass, the staff will take you on a tour.
If you want to see the full list of spots to top up your card, tourist attractions, restaurants, and shops that accept Shanghai Pass, you can scan the QR code on the back of the card or visit the website.
Shanghai's reputation as a global talent magnet continues to grow, with the city consistently ranking first in China for its concentration of international professionals. The city has cumulatively issued 441,000 work permits to foreigners, ranking first nationwide. For expat families considering a move to Shanghai, education is often a top priority. Ye Qingzhuo meets a Saudi Arabian family who share their experience of settling into school life in Shanghai.
Maggie, how many do you have? But I'm just too easy people.
According to the Shanghai Education Commission, Shanghai is home to 39 international schools, catering to over 29,500 students from expat families in 2023. This diverse range of high-quality schools is a major draw for top global talent. Meet Michel, a 5-year-old from Saudi Arabia who made the move to Shanghai with his family in August 2023. Now in year 1 at a school in the city, Michel is embracing his new life.
I first met Michel at the end of November 2023. His intelligence and smile left a deep impression on me.
Right, put it in the middle. Tighten that, yes.
Learning the value of numbers, taking violin lessons, and gaining the rudimentary understanding of AI through computer studies, Michel has settled very well in year 1. He has already shown a keen interest in simple computer programming.
Lift the ball. Very good.
It takes a little bit of time, but he's done really well to settle in and transition into year 1 and becoming more independent. I noticed that while being independent, he can also be flexible as well.
He's in a bilingual environment where the school has arranged about 1 to 1.5 hours of Chinese and English classes every day. Surprisingly, despite his young age, he has shown extraordinary talent in learning both languages. Since Michel and his family settled in Shanghai and enrolled in this school, the number of Saudi families at the school has grown to 7. His experience has undoubtedly motivated other families to make the same choice.
Since last year, we've had 500 new families join YSS Shanghai. Since the pandemic, we have had so many new families come, and it really now is at the level which was the same as before the pandemic, which is really encouraging to see.
Though far from their homeland, Michel and his family have found the warmth of a new home in Shanghai. In this international metropolis, other children from abroad have found their own place in Shanghai and are making the city a more colorful and diverse place in their own ways every day.
Today we have Michel's father, Mr. Nawolf, join us. Mr. Nawolf, it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Well, first of all, would you like to share with us, did you have any reservation before moving here to Shanghai?
To be honest, I had a lot. You know, when you come to a city with a different culture for the first time, you will have some reservation about the cultural differences. You will have some reservation about whether you will have the right place to live, whether you will have the right community, the right school for your son. However, with no time and with the help of the people of Shanghai, my life became very easy and I easily adapted here.
So let's say it has been alleviated.
Definitely.
All right, so how did you navigate the process of gathering all the materials and documents for the application of the schools?
So I started the process even before I come to Shanghai. So I did a quick research about the schools around. When I decided where I want to live, so I did a quick search. I found some suitable schools, so I did the appointment. It was very easy to contact with these schools. So when I came here, I reached out to these schools. I visited the schools, even with my son, to see if also he will like the school. With no time and while using also some useful apps like Shui Champagne, Shui Champagne, it helped me a lot because it has all the details and you can follow it step by step. So it's not a hectic experience. It was actually exciting because when you go from one school to another and you see the competition, you get excited that this will be for your son.
Great. So let's say, do you have to prepare a lot of documents and materials for your son?
Not really, not really. For me, in my case, it was easier because that was the first year for my son.
Yeah.
So, but when you go to even the school system, the details they require is not that much. So it's actually very convenient and easy to deal with.
So how do you get contact with those schools? Through emails or phone calls?
Through
Any
emails.
tips? Through emails.
Through emails. Because in the beginning, I was not in Shanghai. So I reached out to these schools through emails. And also with the help of the place that I was planning to live in, they also helped me to reach out to these schools. So it was very easy to reach out to them. The feedback was very quick. So yeah, it was a very nice experience.
I mean, it is absolutely great that you actually get timely response from the schools, because we all know how nervous it could be just waiting for the responses from the school. If you don't get those timely responses, it'll just, you know, everything could go very slow and you could be even more nervous, because education is very important.
Certainly, certainly.
So do you think the city actually provides sufficient educational resources for expat families?
When it comes to education in Shanghai, it's definitely not a concern. So I think Shanghai has the highest number of international schools. So you just go and pick based on what you see fit for your son. Every school has its own value. Every school has its own programs. So definitely it's an experience that I am very excited to have my son participate in.
Well, that is absolutely good news. So how did Michel settle into his new life in Shanghai when he first started school here a year and a half ago as a kindergartner? And a highlight of his experience was celebrating his first Chinese New Year at school during last year's Spring Festival. Now let's take a look.
This is my first Chinese New Year.
Even the
I'm so excited.
The other one? By your hand. You do it. Yes. Okay. Let's close your jacket. Back. There you go. Okay. Wait. Yalla, let's go. Ciao. In the first 1 or 2 weeks, he was not that excited. So we were trying to push him to go. But now, every day I tell him, you want to stay home? He say, no, I want to go to school.
My first day at school, I was brave. I didn't cry. I have so many friends.
All of a sudden, I see a huge network with Mash'al, a long list of friends. He's not shy anymore. I can see the difference in his character and his behavior. It is bringing a lot to his value and to his character. This is totally different than the school that he used to work with. So this is a step forward for him.
So, Mr. Wolf, what are the advice that you'd like to offer to your fellow expat families who'd love to come to Shanghai and maybe consider living here?
The city is amazing. There is nothing to worry about. It's just a matter of how to select the right place for yourself that suits your son's school, your work, and everything will be settled.
You actually expressed your desire for more expats to come to Shanghai. So what drives your desire?
I think it's an opportunity that everyone is missing, because when we rely only on the media, it doesn't show Shanghai or the truth about Shanghai. Shanghai is a beautiful place. It's an open and inclusive city for all the nationalities. It's a place that you want to be part in, especially if you have kids, for them to learn the different culture, for them to engage with a global community. So it is something that not only that I want to enjoy, but I want other expats also to enjoy.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wolf, for sharing your insights, and good luck to your life here in Shanghai. Hope you enjoy Shanghai even more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In today's Shanghai A to Z section, we're looking at how expat children can apply for compulsory education enrolment in the city. The city government has listed the guidelines on the Shui-Shenban Citizen Cloud app, so let's break it down. First, the children can apply for 3 categories of school in Shanghai: local schools, international divisions of local schools, and independently set up international schools. There are currently around 40 international schools in Shanghai. You can see the list of them on that Shui-Shenban app. There are 2 groups of people who can apply directly to the school that they plan to attend. The children holding a foreign passport, whose parents have a Shanghai Foreigner's Work Certificate and a Residence Certificate, as well as foreign-born children of Chinese citizens with a Chinese passport who are currently living and working in Shanghai. Finally, applicants can see what materials they need to apply and prepare with a detailed application procedure on the Shui-Shenban app as well. Application forms are all online. You fill them out, upload the required documents and submit. You'll then need to present hard copies of all these documents at the International Exchange Department of the Shanghai Education Commission at 245 Jiangning Road. You can also expect a reply to that within 5 working days. If you've got a question for us, check out our socials.
And we'd love to hear from you. You can find all of our content online as well, and join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.